some Kenny Pickett this morning.
Oh, Kenny Pickett had this infamous fake slide, scored a touchdown and celebrated.
Both.
And the world was divided between, wow, that was awesome, and, I don't know, feels like you're endangering every other quarterback to ever play the game. Well, the NCAA swooped in and said, no more of this. Anytime you initiate a slide, you will be down there. Kenny Pickett, however, scored the touchdown, also took the W on social media, said he changed the game. So congratulations, Kenny. You did get the rules kind of changed, actually just more strictly enforced. The other person with the big W, Nick Wright. Nick Wright said, when we did this story, they need to change this rule, not tomorrow, not today, right now. And the NCAA, as a collective, loyal first things first viewers, did it. So congratulations. Kenny Pickett got the W for changing the game. Nick Wright got the W for changing sports. Well done, Nick.
Thanks. Now reinstate those wins you stole from Bayheim just because we were buying players' cars. Give us a break. Sorry. Go ahead, Jenna.
Upset alert! Patrick
NCAA's
Mahomes and the Chiefs going for 6 straight. When they host the Raiders on Sunday, Mahomes ripped up the Raiders defense for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns in the first meeting between the two teams. This explains why KC is the biggest favorite this week. But Chris Broussard, which team should be on upset alert in Week 14?
All right, first of all, Jenna, can we get a new Chiefs highlight? Like I've seen that Chiefs practice like 17 times in the last 2 weeks, all right? So there's that, all right? But my upset alert. And Wilds is falling off in this segment, but I've picked up the slack because I go with Cincinnati a lot, all right? And last week they didn't do me wrong. I picked them to get blown out, and they did by the Chargers. But Cincinnati is a strange bunch. They're inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get for them. So for the 3rd straight week, I'm going with the Bengals in the upset alert. But this time, they can upset San Francisco. San Francisco is going to Cincinnati, but they're the favorites. And so I think the Bengals, who followed up a blowout win over the Ravens with a loss to the Jets, will follow up a blowout loss to the Chargers with a victory over the 49ers. The Niners are a little bit banged up. All right, Deebo Samuel, who's obviously incredibly important to them, is questionable, hadn't really practiced this week. Elijah Mitchell, the running back, he could be out as well. And both teams obviously need it, but the Bengals, and Nick's pointed this out, I'll give him credit, they just need to get in the playoffs this year. They're not going to do much once they get there, but they've got to get there for their future to be brighter and to speed up their future as contenders in the AFC. So I'm going, Nick, with the Bengals as the upset alert.
Wow. The courage one must have there to take a 1-point underdog who's playing a team whose quarterback, last time we saw it, his pinky looked like Shrek's. I'm awed by Broussard, the limb he is walking out on, which is actually a steel-reinforced ledge with privacy glass around it. But I'm telling you right now, I, on the other hand,
I gotta hear yours.
I'm going to fly a little too close to the sun because I've already won an upset alert at plus 700 odds this very morning. I bet that today would be the first day in 9 days Kevin Wilde's tie looked correct, proper. And I was right. Should put Wilds on the screen. That's 7-1. Fox Bet, appreciate you on that. They knew nobody believed in your tie, Wilds. I did. It paid off. Yeah. I'm taking the money I've made on Wilds' tie, letting it ride on the old New York football Jets. Now you might say, Nick, that's stupid. Why would you pick the Jets to win a football game? Here's why I would pick the Jets to win a football game. Here's why. Because the New York football Jets are playing a team who, while the Jets don't have a good quarterback, the team the Jets are playing doesn't have a quarterback at all. So the Saints, the idea that the Saints, who have, it seems like they haven't won a game since Halloween, should be 5.5-point road favorites. I wouldn't make the Saints 5.5-point favorites at Alabama. much less at a professional football team. So I might regret this, but I'm free rolling because of the Wild's tie wager. I will take the Jets upset alert, or the Saints on upset alert in New York against the Jets, 5.5-point line Wilds.
Wow. All right. I'm going to give you something more shocking. Earlier this week, I said the Bills were cooked. I said the Patriots had demolished the Bills to the point that they would go down to Tampa and lose. I am doing a 180 on that opinion. After watching the Bills and Sean McDermott and Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer and how frazzled they were, I am now instituting, Jenna, a desperate fighter is a scary fighter. They're hobbling around the ring. They don't know left from right. They only have one option: throw some shots. We know that Tampa Bay's defense, #1 rushing defense, they're like, you know what? We are tired of rushing the ball. We are tired of seeing people rush the ball. Let's air this thing out. It's going to be nice. It's going to be about 75 degrees. And I think you can throw a lot on Tampa Bay's defense. Not only like Carson Wentz threw for 3 TDs. Last week, Matt Ryan's not the old Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan went for 297 yards, went 31 for 40. I think Josh Allen is going to have a field day, as you like to call him, Magic Mountain Josh Allen. So once he's down, where's he go? Up, up, up. I think Tampa Bay gets a scare here. Bills win outright, Jenna.
So can I respond to that for a moment? Because here's the problem, Wilds, and this might rear its head in Nick's picks around 8:41 a.m. Eastern today. The Bills lost prior to the Patriots game their single most important and best defensive player. Now, he's a corner, so it of course didn't matter since the Patriots were running the wishbone out of utter and total fear and panic their quarterback would lose them in the game. But the Bills not having Tre'Davious White, I think absolutely will show up against the Bucs, a Bucs team that needs this game in a weird way as much as the Bills need it. Because the Bucs are still trying to get the 1 seed, they're still trying to get the bye. So that's the long way of saying, Jenna, I hate this pick by Wilds. I don't hate it as much as Broussard's cowardly pick, but I hate it from a logical perspective.
But also from a factual perspective, I think Brady's like 32-3 in his career against Buffalo.
Yes, Jenna.
All right, moving on. We got to talk some
Jenna, say that stat again.
Look,
Jenna, say that stat before we go to break.
Against Buffalo, Tom Brady in his career. I tried to say a lot of things before break. Talk some Thursday night football. These Steelers' furious comeback falling just short. Are there some changes on the horizon in Pittsburgh? We discuss next. First.